We actually are going to assess after this phase to see where we're needed and what we can offer. I know that we've been asked to assist in the mayor's new 100 Green Homes for North initiative, so we're going to weigh in on that a little bit, trying to make sure we get new, innovative architecture in North Minneapolis and get people excited about it. I want people to say, oh my gosh, I've got to live in that house. I don't care if it's on a lava pit. I will live, So I want them to go, oh my gosh, North has incredible things going on. They're not just, they're not just things that they can see anywhere, So I guess I'm excited about good design. So that's all I know for the plans. We're going to regroup after this week. We've been making the big push for this block party event that we've been planning with Habitat for Humanity. So that's taken up a lot of our energies in the last couple months here. But we're actually in the midst of doing a follow-up survey of every one of those 40 properties to see how much they've implemented. I know some people have just finally settled with their insurance companies now, and we tried to make it so our documents would help, saying no, you can't just replace those historic divided light windows with generic blah slider windows. It's not appropriate. So in that also they're more expensive. So saying, hey, you need to put quality back in. Quality was taken out by the tornado. It's architecture appropriate to put it back in. I mean, it's in the business model. They want to pay out as little as they have to, and a lot of people take North for granted, thinking that we don't really care about our homes. When in reality, people in North have incredible pride in their homes and in their communities, and so we wanted to help restore that and help them in every way we could. There's not a lot of money on their own to restore it. But if it was right for the home and it was there, it should be brought back. We initially received some criticism from, ironically enough, some people in the design community saying, you can't just write in there and tell these people what to do. This isn't what they need. They're focused on human needs things. It's social services. They don't need what you're offering. There's no time for it. You're wasting energy. And I was a little taken aback because I said, well, number one, I live here. This is my neighborhood, my community. I've been here for over a decade, and I know my neighbors. I know the people I live near, and they do want this. And quite frankly, they work hard for this. They do what they can when they can to improve their homes. And a lot of times the first thing that comes to mind isn't to call an architect, but that's because there's a perception that it's really more expensive. And a lot of times, yes, hiring an architect is expensive, though I would say there's some cost benefit to doing it. But I would say we want to say, what? We'll take that off the table. Let's just get them an architect, get them landscape architects, get them engineers, get them these people, and we'll see. We'll just send it out. We're not going to force anybody to take our services. So we'll see. And I think that the response we got was a resounding yes. We want the help. We want people to tell us what we can do to make our homes better. Well, the design teams were formed for this Phase 3 expert, and they partnered with Habitat for Humanity, the one did, and the other partnered with Urban Homeworks to get a real world perspective. We didn't want to just propose things that were pie in the sky with no sense in how they could actually be accomplished. But then going forward with the city's Green Homes Initiative, they've actually just asked us to weigh in on it. We said, well, if it's going to be about green design, let's make sure it's green, and let's make sure it's designed. I don't want to see the same house with slightly better siding, calling it a green home in North. It's not going to impress anybody. It's not going to make anybody excited to live here. Whereas I want people who don't live here, who have a misperception about what it's like to live here, to get just as excited about moving here as I am to live here, because it's a phenomenal place to be. It really is. It's a wonderful, wonderful community.